Hello, my name is Richard Neuwirth, and I'm the CFO of SNT AG. I would like to welcome you to this elevator pitch on SNT AG. SNT is an Austrian corporation headquartered in Linz in Upper Austria, approximately 1.5 hours from Vienna. We have been founded approximately 20 years ago, and right now we are focused geographically on three major areas. On the one hand side, the biggest geography we are in, representing around 85% of our revenues, is Europe. We are also present in North America, in Canada, and in the US, where we're doing approximately 10% of our business. And we have a smaller but steadily and fast growing business within Asia, predominantly in China. SNT is active in two fields. On the one hand side, our classical IT services. That's also where SNT started its business. And on the other side, we are one of the leading providers of IoT solutions, both on embedded hardware technologies and also on the software side. In the year 2020, SNT did approximately 1.25 billion euros of revenue with an EBITDA of around 130 million. And also last year, we generated approximately 140 million euros of cash flow. Overall, SNT employs approximately 6,100 employees, whereas also given the geographical and market distribution, the majority of them are residing within Europe, especially in the DACH region. As already mentioned, SNT has undergone a transformation over the last decade, and we are also constantly adapting the SNT portfolio to the new market requirements. As you can see on the left chart, SNT in the year 2008 was mainly a provider of IT products, so classical entry-level server storage systems, consumer PCs, notebooks, etc. While we also started in the year 2011 our IT services business. This has become then in the year 2012, 2013, the major revenue contributor, whereas from our strategical perspective, we also wanted to expand our portfolio of our own hardware and software technology products, as on the one hand side, we see a much more dynamic market growth opportunity here, and on the other side, the providing of own technologies also allows us higher gross and profit margin potentials. So while approximately 10 years ago, SNT was a IT services company, as of today, more than 70% of our revenues and profits are coming from our IoT solutions business. And that's something what we also want to continue. So within our Vision 2030, we target to have more than 90% of our business coming from own SNT technologies, helping us as well to improve our gross margins further, but also to get to an EBITDA ratio of above 13% from approximately 10% in the year 2020. The markets which SNT is in can be summarized as really IoT for business to business. So we are here really focused on high-end products in selective niche markets, especially in the area of industrial automation, but also within public transportation, within avionics, communication, or for example, also in the field of medical systems. This market is, as already previously mentioned, growing at a much higher pace compared to the classical IT services market, given the big driver, which is the connectivity of machines to machines, where SNT is among the leading providers on a global perspective. The business model, therefore, is that on the one hand side, we have our IT services divisions, which are also acting as a cross-selling channel and also a source for engineering for our IoT solutions segment. On the other side, we do have different vertical and market solutions, as said here, focused on special niche technologies, which we are selling in Europe, in Asia, and also in North America, where we are also earning EBITDA margin of around 14% and the growth in double-digit range, compared to approximately an EBITDA margin of 7% and a growth in the range of 5-6% per year. And that's the strategy which we have started 10 years ago and what we are also pursuing going forward, so that within our Agenda 2023, that's our current 5 years plan, we target to increase our revenues to around 2 billion with an EBITDA of at least 220 million, which is a growth of around 140% compared to the year 2018 when we started the 5 years plan, and also the earnings per share should increase accordingly. Furthermore, within our Vision 2030, as already said, really the target is to transform more to a pure IoT player with even higher software content, and allowing us therefore gross margins of around 50% and EBITDA margins of around 15% as well. This shall be achieved with setting on the right trends within the digitalization and with the further broadening of our smart technologies portfolio. Within the Vision 2030, with the use of the digitalization needs and our smart technologies, we plan to complete our transformation to a pure IoT solutions provider. So finally, why to invest into SNT? SNT throughout the transformation has always achieved its ambitious goals and has throughout the complete transformation process steadily increased its gross and profit margins. We do have a strong balance sheet, a strong financial backbone, which is allowing us to further grow our business. And we also have a very diversified customer and end market base. Finally, we perceive ourselves as one of the technology leaders, especially when it comes to networking and security topics. And with our increasing software product portfolio, we are on the way to become one of the leading providers within IoT solutions technologies. And finally, as of today, we see SNT share as at a very attractive valuation, with a current share price of approximately 20 euro, is 50% below the consensus, and is equal to a multiple of around 9 times EBITDA for the financial year 2021, which is definitely low compared to our peer group. So this was a brief introduction to SNT. I would like to thank you for your attention.
Since you watched this company video until the end, I'm guessing you liked the video. And that's probably because we work very hard to create the most engaging and added value content for you. If you're a company and want to find out how we, at Seat 11A, can make a company video with and about you, please email us at content@seat11a.com.